think we can all agree that there are a huge amount of licensed games out there. It seems like every slightly popular thing has had a game made from it at some point, whether it be a brand or just a TV show. We've had games made for The X-Files, Home Improvement, Grey's Anatomy, Sailor Moon, and M&M's.
Approaching sound barrier!
Yeah, more often than not, licensed games kinda suck. But I'm not saying that all licensed games are bad, because that's not the case. There actually are some good ones out there. Now, one show that I really like is Doctor Who. And surely there's a good game coupled with this, right? Right? Doctor Who, what a show. It's been named the longest running sci-fi show of all time, and heck, it even has a 50-year anniversary coming up later this year, which I am super excited for. The show features the adventures of a mysterious alien by the name of the Doctor who travels through time and space in a blue box called the TARDIS. With the help of a human companion, he frequently saves people from angry tin cans called Daleks and other bizarre aliens. The game I'm looking at today is an underlooked PC title from 1992 by Admiral Software known as Dalek Attack, which featured Radagast the Brown. No, wait. Which featured the 7th Doctor, played by Sylvester McCoy. With a name like Dalek Attack, it has to be fun, right? Also, I can't seem to find any information on Admiral Software, like there's literally nothing on them other than the fact that they made this game. I fail to see how this could possibly go wrong at all. This intro is pretty bland. It's like a simplified version of McCoy's intro. Oh well, at least it's better than the 2013 intro for the show. The basic story is essentially that Davros wants to take over Earth with his Daleks, and once again the Doctor is very eager to stop him. I mean, look at this! 3 exclamation marks. Now that's pretty eager. Alright. Loading sewer. Well, I've loaded in worse places. I don't seem to be able to move. Arrow keys aren't doing anything and W and D seem to be useless as well. I just appear to be bobbing along in some kind of flying device. Whoa! Whoa, jeez, everyone get on your safety helmets. Jeez, we're barely 20 seconds into the game and we're already being attacked by Daleks. Let's just say the title bloody delivers. These Daleks are pretty relentless and they're hurting me constantly. It'd be nice if I, knew how to move. Well, there we go. I appear to have died. Literally, I was just stunned by this point. In fact, I was so stunned, I forgot to press continue. Whoops. Wait a second. Let's just cast our minds back to that pain noise of the Doctor. Can you imagine how it would be if these pain sounds were used when the Doctor was injured in the show? Wouldn't be pleasant. I suppose it would be wise to figure out the controls. After pressing nearly every button on the keyboard and listening to the amazing melody of those pain sounds, I deduced that you move up and down with Q and A. Yeah, I'd like some Q&As about that design choice, if you know what I'm saying. And to move left and right, you use O and P. These are some pretty unconventional controls, I have to admit. I mean, I'm a fairly avid PC gamer, and I've never seen controls like this in my life. Makes me wonder if Admiral Software actually had any experience making games. Well, I can easily speed past the Daleks now, so let's tackle these sewers. Now, could someone actually explain these sewers to me? I mean, for crying out loud, where do I even start with this? There's snot on the ceiling, there's people stuck to black tar on the walls, there's things jumping out of the sewage, there's drills coming out the ceiling and the floor, and everything explodes when you shoot it. Seriously, this is scrambling my brain. Wait, what killed me there? I just stopped moving and bam! I was dead. Whatever, let us try again. Oh, I see now. I flew straight into the boss before. That's fair. By the way, the boss is 2 giant snakes. You know, because 1 giant snake doesn't quite cut it. It's also a very tedious battle. Down, shoots, up, repeats. Did I mention that these snakes have far too much health? because they really do. I also find it really amusing how when you kill one giant snake, the game begins to run more smoothly. It's clear that this game is poorly optimized, which tells me that Admiral Software had no idea what they were doing back in 1992. The worst part is that I get this impression after the first level. I'm actually scared to see the rest of the game. Let's just take a moment to look at the game's visuals. They're good. Not immensely great, but not terrible either. Admiral didn't do too badly here. Good on you, Admiral. I'll just get back to hating you now. Well, let's go to London. Can't be that bad. To try and make sense of this is like trying to make a delicious cake using plastic. It's near impossible to do it right, and even if someone did do it right, it wouldn't even be a pleasant experience overall. Well, we have Daleks, Wookiees maybe, and Nazi soldiers? Okay. There are so many enemies in London, it just becomes confusing, and I honestly just panic and try to find somewhere safe. Oh yeah, and did I mention that the Doctor is now capable of climbing buildings like Nathan Drake or Lara Croft? Also, the sky is pink, and it becomes more purple as you go upwards. Because that makes sense. Now, your main attack in this game is a laser that comes out of the Doctor's sonic screwdriver, but I really don't like this because in the show the sonic screwdriver is never used as a weapon, as it is simply a tool. Furthermore, in the show the Doctor is not typically violent, so I feel that this goes against his character. Don't believe me? Well, the Doctor can also use grenades. Do I even need to go into that? Was that... Yeah, that was fall damage. Great, now I have to deal with that too. Now that I know the controls, I can now switch characters. I can choose from the 7th Doctor, the 4th Doctor, and the 2nd Doctor. I think I'll have to go with Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor from now on, because, you know, he has a scarf, I have a scarf. It's a mutual scarf relationship, although he does look kinda like a gingerbread man, which is disturbing. So right now I've scolded Admiral to hell and back for producing this sad mockery of video games, but I've hardly talked much about the gameplay itself. The genre is easy enough to define. It's a side-scrolling shooter, much like Turrican, minus the intuitive controls and cohesive world. I mean, come on here! Nothing in this game has any congruency. It's supposed to be a Dalek attack, and yet we have other enemies who I've never even seen before, let alone enemies which would willingly work with the Daleks.
Any complications?
No complications.
I'm fully convinced that our good friends at Admiral didn't even watch the show before making this. They just took a few key details and mishmashed them together into an amalgamation of hatred and despair, which takes the souls of the innocent and absorbs them into its viscous, gelatinous flesh. I'm sorry, I think I got a bit carried away there. It's just that this may be one of the worst games I've ever played. After further exploration and practice, I learned that there are secrets to be found in this game, and they're pretty tricky to find. That's commendable, actually. It's a shame that trying to find secrets will likely result in your death. So this game has plenty of little items scattered around for you to collect. There's grenades, little lightning bolts which make your attacks more powerful, jelly babies, I think? And these logo things. They might be coins, I don't really know. You can find some of these items, and I'm not joking here, by squatting in certain areas. It looks really stupid, but you know, that's pretty much how this entire game is in a nutshell, so yeah, it's fine, you know, it works, yeah. Eventually, I made some progress in level 2 after dying, game overing, and starting all over again from the beginning. I found an elevator which led to where I was presumably supposed to go, but it said I needed a smart card. Okay, what's a smart card and where do I get one? I assumed that the building to the left would house one, and therefore I looked inside. Ooh, collectible people. Reminds me a little of Zombies Ate My Neighbours actually. However, I can't seem to find a smart card, and if I take any more risks, I'm probably going to die. Oh, there we go, a Dalek killed me. Right, I'm gonna do it this time. This time, I'm going to succeed in my quest. I will get the smart card, I will defeat the Daleks, Prepare your army, Davros, for I am the oncoming storm. I am your reckoning. I am the Doctor. I'm also dead. Bummer. You know what? I'm done. This is definitely one of the worst games I have ever played, if not the worst. I was under the impression that games were supposed to be fun, and this definitely isn't the case here. The game is too frustratingly difficult, almost unfairly so. I mean, I do enjoy a challenge, but this just takes it too far. The only real redeeming aspect is the graphics, but even then, they're not that impressive. This game is just a disappointment on nearly every level and a spit in the face to Doctor Who fans everywhere. Now that I've done this review, you may think that Dalek Attack may end up as some sort of running gag for me. Like some bad or disappointing games can be attributed to other reviewers, but that won't be the case here. I don't hate Dalek Attack, I actually just feel sorry for it. Sometimes the most merciful thing to do is just to leave it to die than to kill it yourself. Actually, that sounds kinda creepy.